for your presentation this evening. And so we're looking forward to that. If I can share with you just one small story at the recent international conventions, one of the things that struck me in terms of use of technology is on the convention floor on the night on the day of the voting for the various resolutions. It wasn't done by raising hands or a paper ballot. It's the first time I've experienced it, but they had these individual electronic voting machines. So each individual, as they came in and they registered you, you're given a electronic voting machine, which was connected wirelessly, obviously. And as the resolutions were put up on the main screen, it was also reflected on a small screen on your voting machine, and you could choose whether you voted for or against each particular resolution. And it would register on the voting device. So I thought it was quite unique. And obviously, there were 2,000 persons there, but so obviously it can only be used in a limited type of environment. But it was quite interesting to see how technology had moved past the paper voting and embracing the Wi-Fi and wireless technology in that forum. So that was my experience with Kiwanis and technology at that level.
Very nice.
Yeah, I think I have a picture of it. I'll send you afterwards a picture of how it looks, the actual voting machine. Maybe Jamaica at some time in the future can use that for their national elections. Anyway, in terms of general items, I should share with particularly our club members some of the activities that we have been up to over the past couple of weeks. First of all, we had a very successful senior games day at the Salvation Army Francis Ham residence. That was 2 Saturdays ago, along with UTEC CKI, Kiwanis Club of Kingston. We were able to go to the home and spend a Saturday morning into early afternoon with the residents there. There was painting, there was dominoes, and generally a good time had by all who was there. Major Brown and the residents themselves were truly appreciative of the incentive, and it's something that everybody said that we're going to have to repeat going into the new year, because there was social interaction, there were stories by a lot of the ladies who were there, and a lot of six loves were dropped. So it was a good time all around, and a good project by the Kiwanis Club of Kingston as well as UTEC CKI. Also, just to remind you in terms of upcoming activities, the fourth quarter DCM Divisional Council meeting will be held for 23 Central, the final one, on Saturday, September 13th at Oak Park Camp at the Officers Club. So please put that in your diary. As well as on September 20th, we continue our feeding of the homeless and the members of the Marie Atkins Homeless Shelter. It's third Saturday, so that's Saturday, September 20th at Hanover Street. If you're interested, please get in touch with myself or DLG Willie. And finally, in terms of upcoming activities, we have our installation, which is going to have the new administration, which is going to officers and President-elect Zuri. It will be held on Saturday, October 11th at Hope United Church. That's on Old Hope Road at Saturday, October 11th at 4 p.m. So please also put that in your diary. So those are the activities that we have been up to. I hope I didn't forget. Oh, very importantly, Saturday gone, August 29th, with the Eastern Canada and the Caribbean had their charity ball for scholarships and grants put on by our own Governor Pam Rodney White. It was at the Jamaica Pegasus. Kiwanis Club of Kingston was well represented there. We had 5 or 6 members who were there, as well as their spouses, and we were able to make a donation towards this worthwhile venture. We haven't got the final figures yet, but the whole point of that ball was to raise funds for the division who will be using it for scholarships and grants in the future. So we'll hear more about that. But it was a good evening, a fun evening. And it was for a worthy cause. So those were the activities over the past 2 weeks that we've been up to. And as things progress, I'll keep you up to date on other activities that the club is up to. But now, as we go into our meeting, now we have quite a few people online. So I'm going to ask President-elect Zuri, who is online, to do the official welcome and introduction to members and guests. Over to you, Zuri.
Thank you, President Stephen. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another of the weekly meetings of the Kiwanis Club of Kingston. It is indeed my pleasure to welcome you all to another one of our meetings. This meeting promises to be quite informative. It promises to be quite cutting edge as we look at technologies that can assist us in making our functions better and assist us to better able serve the communities as well as to serve our members. So with that said, I extend a special welcome to our guest speaker for this evening's meeting, DP Jason. Special welcome to you, sir.
Thank you.
And
You're welcome.
You are welcome. And if it is that you have a delegation with you and you have persons supporting you this evening, we also extend a very special Kiwanis Club of Kingston welcome to them as well.
I currently only have one Kiwanian on with me right now, which is Kiwanian Paul Robb. I'm not really expecting much because tonight is our board meeting as well. So
okay,
we'll see how it works.
Well, special welcome and thank you for coming. Right, so now I'm going to invite the other members of our Kiwanis family to bring us greetings as we do every week. And I'm going to start with Kiwanis clubs outside of Jamaica. Do we have any Kiwanis clubs online sharing with us this evening that's from outside of Jamaica? Let us try Division 25. Do we have any Kiwanis clubs joining us from Division 25?
Good evening, fellow Kiwanians and guests.
Good evening.
I'm President Tanya from the Kiwanis Club of Providence, Montego Bay, and there are 4 of us in the delegation this evening. Happy to be joining you. Looking forward to the informative information we'll receive this evening. Thank you.
You're welcome. It's our pleasure to have you, President Tanya, and your delegation. Thank you for sharing with us this evening. Do we have any other clubs in Division 25 or Division 24?
Good evening, everyone. I am
evening.
President Abigail from the Kiwanis Club of Brownstone. At the moment, I am alone, but I'm expecting my other club members to join. I am looking forward because I am an IT teacher, so AI is my thing. So I'm happy to be with you tonight.
It's our pleasure to have you, President Abigail. You said you're an IT teacher, right?
Yes, I am.
Do you teach on the plains of Egypt?
No.
Okay. Well, I'm a proud past student of the plains of Egypt. Do we have any other clubs visiting from Division 25 or Division 24?
Good evening, fellow Kiwanians. This is DLG Joe from the Kiwanis Club of Hopewell, Division 25. I bring you greetings on behalf of the Kiwanis Club of Hopewell. And I'm hoping that we will have a wonderful get-together this evening. I'm not sure if anybody else is here, but I am happy to be here. And I hope I will look at the face of DLG Willie during the meeting. Thank you.
He's on, so I'm sure you'll see his face. It's our pleasure to have you.
Yes, thank you.
You're most welcome. Any other clubs from Divisions 25 and 24? All right, so we're making our way over to Division 23 West. Division 23 East.
Good evening,
Good evening.
23 West. I'm Past Director Annette from the Kiwanis Club of Greater Portmore. I don't know if any other member is online. And today is our 23rd anniversary. And I hope to enjoy your meeting.
So, on behalf of the Kiwanis Club of Kingston, happy anniversary to you and your club. And
Thank you
we
very much.
surely do hope that you will indeed enjoy the meeting on this special day for you.
Yeah. And next week, Thursday the 13th, will be our anniversary prize giving and thing.
Okay. So
Yeah.
you could send that invitation to DLG William. We'll see how best we can support.
Okay, I'll inform our president.
All right.
Yes, thanks.
You're most welcome.
Yeah.
Any other clubs from Divisions 23 West and East? So let's try Division 23 Central. Do we have any clubs visiting from Division 23 Central?
Yes, hello, good night. I'm President Kaguna from the Kiwanis Club of Barbican. I think currently I only have one other member with me. And I actually work in IT, so I'm actually very interested to hear what's about this meeting tonight.
All right, welcome, President Kevonia. It's our pleasure to have you. I'm sure you will be able to relate and it will be fun and exciting for you. All right. Do we have any other clubs from Division 23 Central? I think I saw 23 CSO online earlier.
Yeah, I think I saw President Eurydice. Yes. Yeah, she is there. I'm not sure if she's on.
Okay, well, we extend welcome to our friends from 23 CSO and to all others visiting. So I move to our SLPs. Do we have any SLPs online? How about friends of Kiwanis? Any prospective members?
President Zuri. Sorry, President-elect Zuri. I think I'm a couple weeks previous.
I think so too.
Good evening, sir. I would want to introduce a special young gentleman. His name is Robert Caperton. He is my guest this evening, but in a short while he will be a member of the Kiwanis Club of Kingston. So Robert Caperton, he's online.
Welcome, Sir Caperton. I mean,
thank you.
The name suggests that there's zeal and fire burning. So we look forward to welcoming you to the club.
Okay, thank you so much. I'm happy to be here.
You're most welcome.
All right.
All right, sir. I hope you enjoy the meeting. Do we have any other guest or prospective members? Well, I'm going to wish for us all a very exciting meeting and that it will be fun and rewarding. And at the end of the day, you will say it was good for you to have been here this evening. Back to you, President Stephen.
Thank you, President-elect Zuri. Well handled as usual. And again, welcome to all our guests and our Kingston Club members. We're happy to see you. Albeit virtually, we're hoping to have an in-person meeting so we can see you and press flesh with you at an occasion in the near future. Moving along with the agenda, the next item is apologies for absence. I'm going to ask Secretary Willie if there's anybody who is who has sent in a formal apology?
No, President, we didn't receive any.
Okay, all right. So we're going to move now to recognition of birthdays and anniversaries, and I'm going to re-invite DP Newton to share with us any birthdays or anniversaries for this week.
Thank you, President Stephen. And I'm gonna be quick because I know that PD Jason have a whole lot to tell us. So I'm not going to take up any of his time. For birthdays this week, we have past Chairman Carrington Grant, who celebrates his birthday on the 4th. We also have Faye, and Faye is the wife of past director Gladstone Mallet. We all call him Benny. Her birthday is also on the 4th. And then we have Kiwanian Clovis Medcalf. That's the same one, OD, out of distinction. His birthday is on the 7th. So that's it from our listing, President Stephen. But if there's anyone online right now who is celebrating any birthday, anniversary, any special occasion, and would want us to take part in celebrating with you, please open your microphone, let us know so we can join in your celebration. No one? All right, well, it's back to you, President Stephen.
Okay, and a happy birthday and happy anniversary to all of those persons you mentioned. And blessings to them all. Okay, Kiwanis education, and we have none other than DLG Desmond Bachelor. DLG, I saw that you put in the chat about the correct title for the president designate. Is it in fact the position that Zuri have? I thought last week we decided it was President-elect Zuri, or is it President designate Zuri?
No, President designate.
Designate. Yes. So when does he get the President-elect title?
He has passed that already.
Oh, so he's
before
now
election.
That's before
the AGM.
Okay.
Right.
All right.
Well, I think he was, because or Garfield Wint, I think, was the president-elect then. He was in a different capacity, maybe VP.
Yeah.
Right.
And the question I asked, how do you, if you shorten it, how do you distinguish a PD from or is it DP and PD, from a distinguished president and a president designate? Is that how you differentiate the titles?
Well, to be clear, we just call them out: president designate and past director and distinguished president and so on.
Okay.
So in order to be clear, we can just spell it out.
Okay. All right.
All right.
All right.
Okay. Thank you. Good evening, President.
And formal Kiwanis education at this time.
Thank you. Thank you, President Stephen, Kiwanians, SLP members and guests. Good evening. Just to say that we're at the time of the year when we should be finalizing our financial budget for 2025-2026. So I'll just talk about preparation and approval of the Kiwanis budget. As there are two, there are the service and administrative accounts. Two such budgets must be prepared to be approved by the board no later than October 15 annually. The administrative budget covers the planned or projected collections of membership dues to pay district and Kiwanis dues, together with other dues such as divisional dues and Kiwanis Foundation of Jamaica dues. If an increase in the dues is considered, a resolution must be presented to the membership for approval before such increase can be effective. So the board can't approve the increase in dues, it's only the membership. The board can include other costs as it sees appropriate. So other operating costs. For the service account budget, it is the responsibility of the various committees So the Community Service Committee, the Human and Spiritual Values Committee, etc. It is the responsibility of the service, the various committees, to prepare their budget based on planned service activities for the upcoming year. Committees' budgets are discussed with the board. And the budget is prepared by the treasurer thereafter based on the costing of the projected activities. Usually feeling that the treasurer does everything. No. The committees are responsible for preparing the budget based on their planned activities, and thereafter it can be done completed by the treasurer with the approval certainly of the board. It is now the responsibility. So having prepared the budget then, it is now the responsibility of the fundraising committee to plan and raise funds to finance, that's to finance the various budgeted service projects. So that is where the fundraising committee comes in. It says, while the approval of the budget must be done by October 15, the incoming board can approve the budget during the current administration if allowed by the current board. If there's any objection, however, approval may be deferred until October 15. So that is it for Kiwanis Education, President. I thank you.
Thank you, DLG Desmond. And I hope that our Kiwanians and guests found that helpful also in their Kiwanis journey. Now we come to the main attraction, and or I should say our featured speaker. That's the proper title. And I'm going to invite none other than DP Chris Robinson to introduce our very guest speaker and the topic for this evening.
Thank you, President Stephen, and good evening, fellow Kiwanians and visitors and guests. Very happy for you to be here this evening on what I would call our pre-election meeting day. And I trust that you have all gotten out your documents and so, and be prepared to go and exercise your right, your constitutional right tomorrow. But tonight we have with us a gentleman who will tell us about how we can embrace technology in our Kiwanis journey. Now, this gentleman, he attended school at Calabar, and there may be one and two other Calabar persons on the line here. He could have done better, but we will accept him as a Calabar old boy. And maybe it is that journey at Calabar which has, given him the impetus to give voluntary service in the Kiwanis movement. So tonight, our main speaker is Jason McIntosh, who is the immediate past president of the Kiwanis Club of North St. Andrew, where he led the club to being distinguished during the year 2023 to 2024. And he's not long in Kiwanis, but I will tell you that he started this Kiwanis journey with a bang, because he was simultaneously both the Rookie of the Year and the Kiwanian of the Year in his very first year of service. Quite impressive. Jason is also a proud Kiwanian advisor to two important service leadership programs. He assists his high school, Calabar, and he's the Kiwanian advisor at Calabar High Tea Club. And also, he's the Kiwanian advisor at St. Andrew Prep Builders Club. However, I'm trying to say it the way those ladies from St. Andrew say it. But so you know that he's deeply committed to mentoring the next generation of leaders through these roles. Professionally, well, I've told you about Jason and being a Kiwanian, but he's gonna speak to us tonight about technology and the use of technology. So what do we know about him from that side? Jason is the CEO of ProLedSys Limited, better known by its brand hostingjamaica.com, where he brings over 2 decades of expertise in IT consultancy, web hosting, software development, e-commerce, cybersecurity, and cloud-based business solutions. He works with a wide range of clients, helping organizations harness technology for growth, resilience, and success. Today, he brings that same wealth of knowledge to us in the Kiwanis family as we explore how technology can elevate our service, strengthen our clubs, connect more powerfully with the communities we serve. Fellow Kiwanians, visitors, and friends, please help me and join me in welcoming a true servant leader, innovator, and tech visionary, distinguished President Jason McIntosh.
Thank you for that very warm invitation. And yes, Calabar is one of the best in my opinion. It has helped to shape me into who I have become. And you will learn a lot more from me today as we go diving deeper into technology. I am currently sharing the screen. I'd like to know if everyone is able to see the presentation.
Yes, I'm seeing it.
Excellent, excellent. Now, just before I start, Kiwanis is very close to me, and I'm very passionate about the service leadership. And I really truly want to make an impact on everyone who is on this meeting today to hopefully, if you don't even learn one thing, you'll be able to be more efficient using technology. And I'm going to try and make it as simple as possible. There are a few things that I have changed in my presentation today, and I'll explain why. As you may have seen, the cybersecurity aspects of my background. Being that the meeting is live on YouTube, it doesn't really give me the ability to remove certain things from being displayed. So there was a part of this presentation that had my telephone number displayed. And because I don't want those crawlers having my telephone number to go and spam me, I have taken it off. And I won't even verbally say the phone number, but we will still have the benefit of what the presentation is about. So without further ado, I'm going to dive right in. I'm just freeing up some space on my screen. So, greetings, everyone, Kiwanians and guests. So we've all heard the phrase, work smarter, not harder. Today, I'll show you 3 easy AI tools that can make your Kiwanis meetings, communication, and inspiration much more effective. And how I know it will work? Because I did it in my year. Everything I'm going to present here is something I used during my year as president. And let me tell you, without it, I don't know how I would have managed. As you may have heard, I'm the distinguished president of the Kiwanis Club of North St. Andrew, and I'm a presenter today on how this AI is going to save you time, boost engagement, and keep members inspired. So, as Kiwanians, we want to spend our energy serving, right? Not drowning in admin work. But let's be honest, details get lost after meetings. Follow-up is hard, and keeping members engaged week after week can be a challenge. Firsthand, I can tell you this. This is where AI comes in. Sorry, I don't know what just happened. My slide is up. Yeah, this is where AI comes in. Not to replace people, because we know AI can make mistakes, but it's to help us to get the boring stuff out the way so we can focus on the actual impact of projects and impact of what we're doing on fellowship. So in a simple way, you can use AI to automate repetitive tasks. You can use it to summarize and track meetings. And when I say summarize and track meetings, like right now, you'll see that I am on this meeting twice. The second one of me that is on the meeting is my AI assistant. And what it is going to do, it's going to record the meeting. It is going to give me a transcript of everything that was said. And then it is going to summarize it to give me what the entire meeting was about and give me the points. And if there were any tasks that were given to me, it would have stated the task. And if any task given to anybody else, it would have given the details. It really helps to make you more efficient. So let's talk about AA Deck. It is an AI-powered WhatsApp tool that responds automatically when people send certain keywords. Imagine a member texting, let's say, #minutes and instantly getting the last meeting summary, or #volunteer for even like event signups. Or other examples could be #bylaws, #projects, #directions to a project, and so forth. Now, all of this requires configuration, right? So the initial setup, obviously you'd have to have somewhere where the bylaws would be placed or the project information. It's very simple. It's like a Word document and you just paste the information. It's nothing techy. It's very simple. Just like how you'd be able to pick up WhatsApp and send a message, it's the same way you can use it to configure. It's very simple. I won't go into great details during this presentation. However, I have some videos that you are going to be wowed over. I've spent quite a bit of time creating these videos. One or two of them are ones which I found useful and I've attached. However, the major one will be mentioned later on during this presentation. So here's an example, right? Now, as mentioned before, this would have been an interactive part where you'd have sent me a message to my phone and you'd have received a response. Is my video displaying? Sorry, I'm just seeing something popping up. Yes, it's displayed, sorry. And it would automatically respond. So I'll be here talking to you and you send me a hashtag and a number and it will respond to you accordingly. Now, what I'm going to do, instead of doing that interactive part, I am going to post what would have been responded to. So this part of it now, which is the AA Deck example, I am going to display on the chat in Zoom what would have been sent to you. So if you give me a second, let me find my Zoom window. There it is. Right. Okay, so I'm posting this to everyone now. So what the hashtag would have been here that you'd send to my number is #WhatsApp, and automatically it would respond to you with some information. I will give you the exact response. I just gave you the link to the video. So I'm going to send you the response now, so bear with me. So in the chat, this is exactly what you would have received. It would have said to you, thank you for your interest in the Kiwanis Club of Kingston. How Kiwanis can embrace technology to enhance our impact and efficiency session. Here is the YouTube tutorial on AA Deck, and then it gives you a link to YouTube. That would have been an automatic response in WhatsApp. Now, every day, we can even deliver a little spark of motivation to members and friends. And you ever wonder, how is it that some persons, if you're a part of groups, they seem to have very unique, inspirational photos and words that they send every morning, and you wonder where they're getting all this information. Some of them are from applications, but some of them are designed using an AI or let's just say ChatGPT type application. So Canva can give us the style. AA Deck gives us a way to distribute, and ChatGPT will give us a way to get these inspirational words. Now, these could be Kiwanis branded, uplifting and visually appealing, perfect for WhatsApp, Facebook, or even slideshows before meetings. Here's an example. Something that you could send to members on a Monday. This everything you've seen here would have been generated by ChatGPT, by the way. On Monday, you could send out small acts, big change. On Wednesday, service is the rent we pay for the space we occupy on earth. On Friday, every helping hand builds a stronger community. And a simple AI prompt that you can use in ChatGPT. So let me just pause here before I get a little bit deeper into the ChatGPT. If you are new to ChatGPT or you've never created a ChatGPT account where you can interact with the AI, I have a guide which I'm going to send in the chat that you can watch on YouTube. Please, anything I post in the chat, don't watch them now. It's not intended for you to watch now because it's going to take you some time to sit down with your coffee or your tea or your water, whatever it is, and watch the video, because it is going to go in detail in the various ways how you can get started. So if you've never been on ChatGPT before, it gets you started, how to create your account so you can start interacting with it. And I have screenshots, which I have done, which I'm going to present to you in a second. So a sample of this AI prompt is to create 20, so this is word for word, word for word. Create 20 motivational quotes with a limit of 300 characters. Create a table with the first column containing the number, the second column containing the quote, and the third column containing the origination. And what would that present, right? Using those words. So this is an example. This is a screenshot from my ChatGPT from generated. As you can see, the prompt at the top, what I just mentioned. And then it tells me here is the motivational quotes. Now, the reason why I made it this specific, meaning I wanted it column by column, I can copy this and I can paste it in Excel. I can paste it in a lot of various AI type designers like Canva and be able to create multiple sheets with each of these quotes being displayed. And I'll read just two of them to you. For example, the fourth one, no one has ever become poor by giving. I read another one, 8. Act as if let me repeat that. Act as if what you do makes a difference. It does. And you can read the others as we go on, but I'm going to show you an example of what this can look like. So here's one. Now, if you realize it is branded with my club card, this was an actual one that I used. Everything that's displayed here is one that I actually used. And I have it here, quote of the day, number 7. Hardships often prepare ordinary people for an extraordinary destiny. Now, as a president, this was a theme I had, the Did You Know with Together We Rise. And I put my club logo on it. Now, I did not sit and designed every one that you're going to see here today. The next one, it pops up, the only person you should try to be better than is the person you were yesterday. And it goes on, success is walking from failure to failure with no loss of enthusiasm. In the middle of every difficulty lies opportunity. So these motivational things, I think, helps the membership, and it speaks to them in different ways. And what I have there is the origin. Like this one says Albert Einstein. And it goes on. So I'm just going to just flash over the others that are there. Which brings us to the next part of technology, which I think it is genius. For those of you who have not signed up, we're going to get diving into this one now. So tool number 3. So we've gone through AA deck, which is to send the messages automatically in WhatsApp or send it out to the membership. We've taken a look at briefly at ChatGPT in terms of using a prompt, for example, to demonstrate various motivational things. Now we're looking at tool number 3, which is Sembly. Now, what is Sembly? You ever wonder in a meeting, what did I miss? Well, guess what? This is going to make sure that you don't miss anything. So I am not a salesperson for Sembly. Let me just get that out of the way. Sembly starts free. Everything that I have mentioned here starts free. So you can get started on everything that I've mentioned here in order to assist you. So what I found very unique about Sembly was with our board meetings. What I would do is we wouldn't necessarily have internet at the board meeting. So what I do is record the audio of the meeting on my phone. So I put the phone down by the podium or lectern and press record. And what it would do, it recognizes voice patterns. So you'd wonder, how does it differentiate person 1 from person 2? Well, that's exactly how it interacts and refers to it. So when I'm speaking, it will refer to me as voice number 1 or person number 1. And then when DLG Desmond speaks, it will refer to him as person 2, and DLG Willie and so forth. It will refer to them as a different person. So when they come back to speak again, it will go back and say, oh, speaker 1 is saying this and speaker 3 is saying this. It will be up to you at the end to decipher who is who in that voice recording. No, it is not the perfect method to use with an AI. The ideal way to work with the AI is actually through virtual meetings. So if you are, like now, hosting a meeting on Zoom, and every participant who has attended this meeting, it makes a log of. If anyone speaks, it will refer to them by the name they have in Zoom. So that way, when you're looking at the summary, it refers to them by that name. Hopefully, they'll have appropriate names accordingly. We as Kiwanians tend to have appropriate names because we want to get the interclub and we want to mention the club name and our title and so forth. So it works very well for Kiwanis. And in a board meeting, you'd have all the members signing in online, and then they'll have their reports that they'll read. The president will speak, the secretary will have his report, treasurer will have his report, and it will record it as such. Now, we have to do minutes for every board meeting. Well, this is a lifesaver. I will say this again, lifesaver. We used it for every board meeting. And ideally for me, when it came to the DCM, I was able to summarize and I could get everything together. Or was not the DCM, the annual, I can't remember the name. DLG, can you help me? Where we have our report summarizing the entire year.
The end of year report or your half year report.
Okay, not the half year report. I used it for that, but it was something more to do with a divisional level report.
Oh.
And I remember what it is. All right, let's moving on from there. But I was able to use all the meetings that I had and compile a summary of the entire year. Now, here's a huge advantage with Sembly, which I have not really seen with others, but whoever is on as IT persons may know of others. But with Sembly, you can actually go back and ask the AI questions about the meeting. So it has a little chat, and I can say, who was the person that mentioned the project in St. Elizabeth? And it'll go through and check and say, oh, it was Director Dino who mentioned the project in there. Do you want me to give you a summary of what that project was? And it will just give you the summary if you tell it yes. So it's almost as if you had someone present at that meeting and you could ask all the questions you want to ask about that meeting. It won't be able to tell anything outside of the meeting, but it keeps it within the information. Well, I'm not going to stay on this any longer. I hope I've stressed enough the benefits of having it. Now, let's talk about how it fits together. Sembly AI, it creates the meeting summaries, an action list. Canva plus ChatGPT ChatGPT creates motivational posts. It could be other things. I'm just using this as an example. AA Deck auto-deliver posts, guides, and resources. Now, here's something I did not mention earlier about AA Deck, and this is where I think it is very powerful. At every year, we do surveys and we try to interact with the membership. And with AA Deck, outside of that auto response, that's a very cool feature. But outside of the auto response, for those who are familiar with mail merge, it has a capability where you can have an Excel document that contains the member's WhatsApp number. You could put their title, you could put their first name, their last name, and then you could put a message if you want, if it's unique to the person or not. And then you can create what we call a variable. I won't get into too detail what a variable is, but in a simple way, it's some words that stores information. For example, if I say in a WhatsApp message in AA Deck, with an uploaded sheet, of course, with all the members, which I have, greetings, and then I put title in curly brackets, and it will put like DLG, and I put in curly brackets first name. It will send a message to DLG Desmond saying, greetings, DLG Desmond. I am personally inviting you to so and so, at so and so time. Will you be able to attend? And then it sends a message. Now, what it will do is everybody I have in that Excel sheet will address them by name, by title, and providing the information. So it's a personal interaction with each member. So it doesn't seem like a group message, which always tends to get lost because of so many things happening in a group message. It's an individual interaction. Now, I did this with the membership, and I will tell you this, that the response was significant. I did not start the year with this tool. I started it closer to the end of the first quarter, and the response was huge. I started seeing members who we've never seen in meetings respond because I put the entire membership in the list. I took some time to create it, and anyone who is on this meeting, you can feel free to reach out to me directly and I'll help you to get started on how to set that up so that way you don't feel alone and have that capability. So that was just the bonus part of the AA Deck. There's so much more, but we'll talk about it during the Q&A if you have questions going on. I'm sure there are a lot of questions piling up, so keep them, hold them. We're getting there, I promise you. So a little AI goes a long way. You start with one tool and you get comfortable. Then you combine them for bigger impact. So I would say try to keep your message warm and humane. What do I mean by that? It's very simple in my opinion, but when you ask the AI to produce things, sometimes it's not so human. And you will see the messages that will come up that you just wouldn't want to send that to the membership. So I would say, do not take everything for granted. Read everything before you post. So whatever it gives you, if you don't like it, just discard it and move on. But you need to read what is there. AI does spit garbage out. The next thing, avoid sharing sensitive data with public AI tools. And let me give you this. There is the very popular one, ChatGPT, Copilot, Gemini, DeepSeek. That is a very popular one. There are so many other that I will rather not list today. However, I give you an example, Microsoft Copilot. If you're using the free Microsoft Copilot and you share, let's just say you are an HR manager and you're sharing information with the free Copilot, this information becomes public knowledge. Remember this. So I'm saying now you're an HR manager and you post in there, okay, the salary for Jason McIntosh is $4.4 million between the year of so and so, so and so. Now, let's say DLG Desmond went on this free AI and just typed in, what is the salary for Jason McIntosh at ProNetsys? it will respond according to the information it got from the free AI source, which is, oh, Jason McIntosh was $4.4 million during the year of so and so, so and so. So do not share any sensitive data with any public AI tools. Try to keep it very simple. If you can avoid sharing certain information, avoid it. Now, it is different from paid share AI tools, where it will have the disclaimer to state that your information is private and not shared with so and so, but you need to read the disclaimer. Do not take it for granted that it will just keep your information private. All right, moving on. I mentioned this before, always review the AI generated content and start small, then scale. So let's not just talk about this, right? This is a call to action to everyone. Let's try it. Start with one tool and see the difference and watch how much smoother, more inspiring, and more efficient your club can be by using these tools. Now, I'm going to show on the screen the hashtags, which would have been interactive, but I'm also going to post everything, all of the videos in the Zoom chat right now. So those are all the videos that I've mentioned throughout the course of this presentation that you can watch in your own time. You can always copy and paste it in your notepad or somewhere on your phone, or send it to yourself in WhatsApp so you can have access to these. There was one which I really wanted to show you what it looked like, which was the Bright Futures hashtag. This was a project that I used the AI tool, the AA deck for, that if you sent hashtag Bright Futures, it would send you the details. And all of this information, oh, this doesn't allow me to send that much information. I'm way over. All right, let me try cutting out some of it. All right, stop here. Let's see. Still too much. All right, so I need to limit on this thing is really small in the chat. Let's see, is that enough? All right, so that's part one. All right. Part two. Part three. Part three missing. All right. Okay, Zoom is a little bit limited with the amount of text that we can send, but all this information, when you create a project and you send, like you create the hashtag of whatever the project is, let's just say Meals on Wheels. You could have put hashtag Meals on Wheels and everything as it relates to that project. Meeting point, you could put like a drop pin of the location, the time, the contact persons, you know, all whatever it is needed, the prerequisites for the project, you know, the meals, how you get the meals, where you go to package them and so forth. You can put all that detail and simple. So not eliminating the human element from communication, but this reduces the amount of work that you have to do because it's repetitive. When you come with a project, the same questions are going to come back at you. They're going to ask, what's the budget for the project? How much money do you need? Are you collecting from all the persons? What's the project about? What's the impact on the kids? Who's doing the report? Who's it? All that information can be all combined into one simple thing. I either say to them, just send me hashtag report, and it will send it to them once they send the message. And you can always update that hashtag report with new reports later on. So as each month goes by, it'll just send the information. Email is there as well that you can use, but I have found WhatsApp to be the most effective means of communication. So this is where it brings me to the end of the presentation, and I will now open for questions. Did I lose everyone?
Thank you, President Jason.
Still trying to catch up with you, Jason.
Mind is
Excellent.
overwhelmed.
May I go ahead with a question, please?
Yes,
Go
go
ahead.
ahead,
Thank
please.
you,
Go ahead.
President. Yes, thank you, President Jason. That was very, very informative. My question is, after you've made, you've got that list from AI that it has it in the 3 columns with the number and the quote and the source.
Mm-hmm.
How do you upload that now into Canva AI?
All right. So
Yeah.
one of the videos, I'll tell you which video specifically that I sent in the chat that speaks to it.
Yes.
The one that says hashtag Canva, that YouTube link. It is a very comprehensive video that I created, and it will go through it step by step. And you can pause the video and see how to do it. But basically, you're going to highlight from the bottom right to the top left and copy, and then go into Canva where it has a bulk create and paste. So all of this will go in there, and then you can create the variables. But I don't want to confuse you with those things, because that video I've posted, I guarantee you're going to love it. It works, and it's very detailed.
It was too
Sorry?
Could you post it again? I didn't get it.
Sure, I'll do that right now for you.
It's in the chat.
Thank you.
That's this one.
Just a suggestion. That list of the videos. If you take a screenshot of it with your phone, that's one way of preserving.
That's what I tried to do, but it went too fast.
You can scroll back, you know. You can, when you go back in the chat, you can scroll
to
back
the top.
All right, so I'm going to post all the videos in one go right now. And you can actually do the screenshot with all of them there. Is it showing up for you?
Yes, that's great. Thank you.
I did it this way because you can click on the link. That's why I posted it this way. I mean, the screenshot, if you want more details, I can provide the details after.
It's just that after the meeting is over, you won't have this screen, you won't have this link to click on.
That's it.
I tell you what, I'm going to send it to you, and you can share it with others.
Okay, that's great. Yeah, that's great. Right.
Just send it.
I simply copied and pasted they copied all of the hyperlinks and pasted it into, as you had mentioned, into well, I pasted it into a Word document, but you can paste it anywhere else.
Okay.
All right. Any other questions? I hope I answered the question well.
Could you go into a little bit more on the WhatsApp, in terms of the using of the WhatsApp? I remember from the, you've mentioned the WADEC, the Canva assembly, but I think in when you did it at the convention, you had mentioned, I know you had said something about tying in the WhatsApp. I don't remember some of those details.
Sure, let me elaborate some more on it for you. No problem at all.
Please,
all right, so in a very simple way, just so you can visualize this, there's a video there in that list. I think it's hashtag WhatsApp that has the details of it that you can watch in detail. However, how this works is it's a plugin that works with like Google Chrome, whoever is familiar with the browser Google Chrome. And you can go to the extensions and search for it and download the AA deck. Now, how it works is whoever is online now is familiar with the web version of WhatsApp, where you can scan and link a device from your WhatsApp on your phone to your computer. So you can see what's happening on the computer the same as what's happening on the phone. So, you know, you can type and respond to persons accordingly.
Yes.
It lies over the web version of WhatsApp. So you're seeing the regular WhatsApp, but it has an overlay that gives you additional features. It's an actual complete customer relationship management application. So it gives you more features than what WhatsApp would give you out of the box. For example, you can also create quick replies. So if you are, let's say, let's use it for Kiwanis instead of regular business. Let's say you are the membership chair, and there are certain questions that members would ask that you would have the same response. You can create a quick reply in AA deck, And when they ask a question, you just click on the reply and click on the message. It sends everything there. That's one. Two, there is group interaction from the WA deck. So if you wanted to have automatic replies and the ability to post information in groups, it has that capability. It also has the capability of, if the number does not exist in your WhatsApp, you can send a WhatsApp message to a person without storing their number. You could group responses. Example, my original plan before knowing about the YouTube was that when everybody responded to me with the hashtags and it sends the information, it groups everybody under the KCK group that I created. So I told it that whenever someone sends a response, it should put them in that group. So I will know that it was from that meeting that those persons responded to me in, and I could respond to them if I wanted individually or not. Now, a little bit more, though it has the AI capabilities in it as well, where if you are typing a message, you can just tap on the AI button, and according to certain specifications that you would have told the application, like for example, you tell the application, I am Jason McIntosh, I'm the CEO of Pronetis Limited, and I've been doing IT for over 25 years and blah, blah, blah. I give it my profile. So when I tell it to reword something, it uses my information that I provided it to reword what it is that I'm going to send to whoever it is. So if it's a group message or so forth, it can reword it accordingly. Now, what I used during my year had nothing to do with me as a business. It was that I was president of the Kiwanis Club of North St. Andrew, and I do so and so, so and so, so and so. And these are the projects I have for the year. I had a plethora of information that I gave it. So it would not go outside of the scope of what I gave it. So you tailor it just like any artificial intelligence that exists. You can customize it to give responses in a way that you would give a response. Now, there's more. So with the AA deck as well, it's not a installable application on a computer. It only works in the browser. I believe they use Microsoft Edge, Mozilla Firefox, and Google Chrome. I think those are the three that they support. Again, I'm not a sales rep. I'm not trying to sell it because it starts for free, and then you can build your way up to the paid version. So it is giving you, how someone described it to me, it's like WhatsApp on steroids. So it is a super WhatsApp that it gives you more features and capabilities of doing. I hope I've summarized it somewhat good enough for you.
Yes. There's one thing I want to remember. Well, I think if I watch the video, it probably would help. But this is what I like. For example, every week when I do flyers, and I will just send it to a lot of people that I have on WhatsApp, members of the club, as well as even non-members. I mean, other clubs.
Right.
But I think you said that that instead of you just getting the link on a flyer, it can have the name of the person I'm sending it to, right?
Yes.
That is something I really would like to be able to do.
Okay, so I will say this for you as well. Now, I know I mentioned it earlier in the presentation, but I kind of scraped over it. But in a very simple way, right? The required fields for AA deck to use an Excel file to send to all your members is you need to create an Excel file with the first column being the WhatsApp numbers. And when I say the WhatsApp number, the +1876 telephone number. And the next column, I would recommend a title like DP or PD or president or secretary, treasurer, and so forth. The next column, I would say if the member has a nickname or a known name outside of his first name and last name or their first name and last name, you put like a nickname field. You put a first name, last name field. Now, there can be other fields, but the reason I've told you to do it like this is that when you import it, it knows everybody who it's capable of sending to. And then there's a section in AA deck now, like a little text section that you compile the message you want to send to all those persons that you uploaded. So for example, let's say it was a flyer. They have a section there to attach a flyer or attach a file. You click on attach and you put the file. And then in the body now, where you would type your message, you would say, for example, greetings, and then you put the curly brackets. It actually has all the listed variables there that you can click on because it uses the column headings from the Excel file that you uploaded. So if you had capital F for first and then capital N for name, you'd have seen it show you in curly brackets, first name with one word with the curly brackets. So when you click on it, it inserts it into the body of the text. I wonder if I could. No, it's a little bit too much information I'll be revealing if I showed you how to do it on here. The video that I have there helps you with that start. Now, once you've done that and you hit on send, it is going to look like magic in front of you. Because the moment you hit on send, you're going to watch the messages just being sent right in front of your eyes. And you see it sending to this person, sending to that person. It has an actual calculation so you don't get banned on WhatsApp of how it sends a message. So it will not send a message every 2 seconds. It will randomize between 2, 5, 10, 9, 15, 21, and so forth, and send messages out. And you'll see it do it because if WhatsApp detects that pattern that you're sending it every 1 second, they're going to ban you on WhatsApp from sending messages. So it has that calculation in there to prevent you from being banned. I have sent over 200,000 messages on it during my year, and I never got banned. So I know their algorithm works.
Also, you would bypass that limit of 5 persons per send.
Yes.
Is that what you're doing?
Yes, yes. It bypasses it very quickly.
Yeah, because
it randomizes it, WhatsApp not reading it as you sending it as a robot or using AI or anything like that. So it works very well.
Yeah, because that's what I have to do. And then add another 5 and then add another 5. And that's
all gone. No worries about that. So you upload, like my membership at the time, I think was 140, I think it was. But I had only 130 WhatsApp numbers. So I would hit them for the most part, those and those other few that I didn't have the WhatsApp for, I would call them individually. And it sent out to everybody. And I kept everyone informed. Like if there's a project, there's leading up to the project. Oh, another thing I didn't mention. You can schedule messages. You can say, send this message at so-and-so time. And it will send it out at the time that you set. So it won't necessarily send immediately. You can schedule when you want it to be sent. So if you don't want it to be sent, you're up at midnight, you don't want it to be sending people 1 o'clock in the morning, you can tell it, start sending the messages at 6 a.m. and it will start sending them out.
Okay. Now, this is WhaDeck, WhaDeck
AA deck, yeah.
That is WhatsApp deck? Is that what it means?
I think so. I think it's a company in Singapore.
Okay, but this is, you're using the app, the tool, WhaDeck, but it is really using WhatsApp. That's what you're saying?
It's yes, it's an overlay over WhatsApp.
The overlay over WhatsApp. Okay.
Right. So it's making WhatsApp do things that you would not normally be able to do.
Right.
The automation, the AI, the mail merging, so forth. Yeah.
Okay. Very interesting. Anybody else has? I don't see any hands up. Am I missing it? Go ahead. Who is that?
Yeah, good night. Excellent presentation.
Robert. Go ahead. Yeah, man. Go ahead.
Excellent presentation, Jason. Have some ideas. I said I'd bounce off of you, so we need to link up. And I really didn't know about Assembly. That one that you did the presentation about Assembly.
Yeah, Assembly is awesome. I still use it today.
I really didn't know. But I must thank you when we hooked up, when you were, I think you were president, when you introduced me to ChatGPT. Yes. Yeah, that worked good for me.
Excellent.
So, yeah, man. But Assembly, yeah, and differently, you and I have to hook up. I heard something, so I have some ideas to throw across to you.
Okay.
Jason, with ChatGPT, right? When you try to create an account, it's free, but then it automatically asks you to subscribe after a period. Is that how it works? It doesn't have
the free version, anything that I've mentioned has a limitation as free, right? The paid version gives you less limits. So the higher the more you pay, the better and less restrictions you have. For example, the Chat GPT, you have a certain amount of characters that you can send to it for it to process and provide you with information daily. Every day it resets, right? But if you pay for it, it just keeps going on and on. I mean, I pay for the Chat GPT I'm using, but I also pay for Gemini as well. So, but it's the use case in the instance where I would use it. And I would recommend anyone who can use it, don't share any private information or sensitive information.
But what I was asking was, even if you are using the free version,
right?
Isn't there a limit in terms of time where if you don't pay, then you can't use even the free version? That's what I was trying to
I'm not aware of that. The only limit is the amount of times that you can ask it things. And once you reach that limit for the day, you won't be able to send any more for the day until it resets, and then you go again for the next day.
All right.
Or you just upgrade.
To the paid version.
Yes.
I see Tamara's hand. Oh, sorry, you weren't finished.
Go ahead. No. Go ahead. Amar. Go ahead, Amar. Or I didn't get the name right, so go ahead.
Tamara.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Go ahead. Hi. Yes. Good evening. Chair Tamaro from Kiwanis Club of New Kingston. Very good presentation. And I actually use ChatGPT. I use Gemini free versions. There was something that you just said, Jason, that I do wonder, however, about the privacy. So when I'm using it, I do introduce myself to it. I am, and I put some information in it. I try not to put too much information, but no, the WA deck that you have just introduced us to, I find that excellent. Incoming treasurer. So there may be times that I need to send information to members in the club.
Okay.
But just recently, this week, I know 2 persons who have their WhatsApp hacked. Do you believe that putting information, even though I'm using my Excel to set up the sheet, once you use it, is there any way that this information can get out? So
All right,
that is
so
my
I'm going to put it to you
these
in a different way. Yeah. So let me answer the first one about WhatsApp. You mentioned WhatsApp with persons being hacked. I know you didn't ask the question, but I thought I'd share it nonetheless. WhatsApp has its securities that you need to enable, and you need to be very vigilant. I had posted out in a number of divisional groups where someone tried to infiltrate my WhatsApp, but because I was very aware of what it was, I wasn't caught. But I'll tell you what it was. It was an attack on Kiwanians because they were specifically targeting Kiwanians. So I'll tell you what happened. Person called from looked like a Nigerian number and said to me, "Hi, how you doing?" Says, I see you doing well in Jamaica with the Builders Club. I would like to invite you to our Kiwanis meeting this evening at 6:30. And I said, okay, where are you from? I said, he tell me it's wherever place that I didn't pay attention. But I already knew something was up. And because he was saying, no, it was a Builders Club meeting he was invited me to at 6:30 p.m. Immediately in my mind,
in the night.
Why would a Builders Club have a meeting at 6:30? First red flag, right? And he continued and said, yes, I'm going to send you a message to invite you to the meeting. When I looked at the message, it was in Chinese. And then it had a code. It says, what is that code that was sent to you? I'm like, is that fool you take me for? And I hang up the phone.
Yes.
Right? So, in essence, they're catching people off guard. Because, for example, if you have your profile on LinkedIn or Facebook, and they look at you and says, oh, you are a bank person, they're going to look on ChatGPT, for example, what kind of questions could I ask a bank person to invite them to? And they will tell them, oh, they have an annual ball for Scotiabank and we want to invite you, but you have to RFP. I'm sorry, not RFP. Sorry. RSVP. Sorry, I in the sales mode just now. RFP. Yeah, RSVP. But you have to send the code to RSVP. And they send the code. And that's it. They're out of WhatsApp. But let me move on to the other part of the question. I just wanted to share that with everyone because they are targeting Kiwanians. I know
Thank you
two
for
other
that.
Kiwanians that they tried it with.
So it's really just to remind everyone, if you get a code, don't send it back to somebody or enter the code.
Exactly.
There's no
Okay.
need.
Right. But to answer your question about the security now, in terms of uploading that information. Now, in my opinion, there is no secure system in the world that cannot be hacked. Right? So I would just caution to be careful. Make sure that you're using complex passwords when you're signing up. Make sure that any information that you're providing is only what is needed for the purpose of what you're trying to achieve. Try not to share anything that will compromise anyone's digital footprint, like their address, places they work, or things that they do in the information. So I would say stick to just a WhatsApp number, title, first name, last name. That's it. Don't give any. You don't have to give a last name, first name, and the title. Just the way you would address the person in the club. So if that information was leaked, the only thing they can say is that they have a title and a first name and a WhatsApp number. They wouldn't have anything else, and they'll try to manipulate someone else. So if for example, your WhatsApp was infiltrated, what they'll look on is messages that you have sent to persons recently, and avoid those first, and then go to ones that you don't talk to very often. And then at the tail end, go to persons that they know. So it's just for everyone to be vigilant and aware. I hope that helps to answer your question.
It did, especially with setting up the
Jason,
Excel. So thank you very much.
Yeah.
DP Jason, as you mentioned, your incident exactly 1 week ago, I got a similar call, and I see the DLG Desmond on the line, and they told me the same thing. DLG Desmond is inviting me to a meeting for the Builders Club at 6:30 this evening. And then, yes, absolutely. I mean, I don't know if the person wouldn't have, well, they would know that our meeting is on a Tuesday. So there's absolutely no way. So from I heard that, I just hung up and blocked the number.
That's right. So I saw DLG Keith's hand up. Sorry, I didn't see it. DLG Keith.
Yeah, yes. Thank you. Good night, everyone. DP Jason, right? So,
oh, sorry, I have a president on the screen. I just realizing it.
Right. So, well, just to inform, I use AI tools in my professional work, and but certainly when I am using AI to do certain analytical and other types of activities, I do not, for instance, put specific names or details. I basically load it with scenarios. Because, right. So, like when you're doing present value and comparison with and all this kind of stuff. So I don't put details of the companies or the clients and stuff like that. I just put scenarios when I'm doing my trying to get whatever the results I need. But back to the what, and this is beyond WhatsApp. Basically, what it means is really every one of us has to be vigilant. Because they do attack you through emails, straight phone call, whatever it is. Once you receive a call and they're asking you to, some of them do it by saying vote for their brother or sister who is in a particular competition. Once they're requesting you to give them a code that you would receive from whether it be WhatsApp or any other apps that you're using, codes are not to be shared to
with anyone.
With anyone at all.
Right.
All your codes is really to verify that you are the one requesting something, whether it's WhatsApp from your bank, login, wherever. So it need not be shared with anyone, no bank teller or bank representative or any other person asking for that. It is for you only. And that is just something we have known from years ago, at least two or more decades. So that's really what we just need to continuously tell that to the Kiwanians who might be receiving these phone calls. Okay. Because you get it in emails too. And when I get it in through like Facebook Messenger, it's Kiwanians but But sometimes based on the level of familiarity with how they come across. I mean, we're all friends in Kiwanians, brothers and sisters, and well, but based on actual relationship, I know some people approach me with a certain level of formality or casualness, and that is what usually put me on my awareness that I'm not speaking to the right person or the right owner of the account. Because they hack people Facebook account as well under Kiwani's name. Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for that, DLG. I mean, it's always good to build their awareness. I will say this to everyone on this call. Treat these two-step verification codes like a bank PIN. Don't give anybody.
You know, just about a week ago, I got a message, WhatsApp message from a friend of mine who we don't usually communicate via WhatsApp, even though we have WhatsApp coming. And it was a strange kind of message. It didn't sound like what he would have said to me, even in the way he greeted me. You know, that's not how I would have expected him to greet me. And I've been really, and I did respond to it, although I didn't really, can't say anything. But I really am now beginning to be convinced that that was a non-genuine, something not from him. Because if he had wanted to reach me, I don't think he would have done it like that, or he would have been more familiar in terms of how he greeted me, So these things are, happening. But I did respond, but I didn't really say much. But maybe I shouldn't even have responded. But at the time, I wasn't so conscious about thinking about that.
Yeah. You just have to be vigilant and be careful. Sorry, DLG Willie, did you have something to say? I saw that you turned your video on. Oh, I see you.
No, I was going to say, Jason, there's a question in the chat from tomorrow.
Oh, sorry, I'm not monitoring the chat.
Can you read it, DLG?
Yeah, let me get it back.
All right, let me look and see. I'll read it. From tomorrow. Is the one about do you host? Okay.
Yes.
Classes and webinars.
Right. You host classes or webinars or have other links where we can continue to be educated, please. That is, yes. That's
so I used to host webinars and teach classes. I haven't done it in probably over 10 years. However, I have a plan, which I'm actually working on now, where I'm going to be using social media to educate people and make people more aware. So what I will do is I will definitely broadcast it to everyone when I do. The channel that I'm going to have this on, that you can receive daily tips and tricks. Some of them won't necessarily be security, to be how to do certain things on the computer, what to be aware of, how to make your life easier using technology. And it's not going to be a cost, it's going to be free. So when I post it out, I will let everyone know and you can get it accordingly.
You said channel, you meant YouTube? Would it be YouTube?
Yeah, well, it could be, it can be YouTube, it can be Instagram, TikTok. It may be all of them. I haven't quite decided the source I'm going to use. I would want to use the most impactful one. And right now it's looking like Instagram and TikTok, but we'll see.
Okay.
Sorry, I say Bridget.
Hi, DP Jason.
Hi.
Yeah, well, as a hook on, if we wanted to have you as a guest speaker,
sure, you can reach out to me.
So I will be able to get in touch with you either through DLG Willie or one of the other members from NSA, right?
Right, you can do that. Anyone at NSA will have my number because I think everybody does. And you can reach out directly. I won't say it on this because of the YouTube, and I won't post it in the chat because of that. So you can ask Stuart. You can share the information, whether if you have our contact details as well, or anyone who is on the call who has my telephone number.
All right, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, I think we're getting close to wrapping, but this has really been very insightful. And Jason, yeah, I didn't know before I read your bio that you are a barman.
Yeah.
I am also, and I'm sure our paths never crossed. Because- but I'm happy to know that, you know, you're a barman.
Yeah, man.
Anyhow,
Good to know.
yeah, good to know.
Come this
You
rubber
are too
love
verbal.
story have a end no man. Don't bother with it.
All right,
Pork
Chris.
is forever.
Okay. All right, 1 minute. Any more questions? No, we're gonna go to the thank you. I don't see any responses. Well, let me hand it back to the president, and he can introduce the other person who is gonna do the thank you.
Okay.
President Stephen, go.
Yep, I got it.
All
Thank
right.
you, and thank you. I'd like to a great presentation, DP Jason, but to formally and appropriately thank you for your presentation, I'm going to hand over to DP Rupert, who is going to now do the vote of thanks. Evening, Rupert.
Thank you, Prez. DP Jason, I know you could talk, but I didn't know you were such a teacher. Tonight you were a coach, an advisor, facilitator, and educator on how we can use these technologies that we have, make our meetings and our lives better. We just want to thank you, sir, for allowing our brothers at North St. Andrew to enable you to come with us. It's a pity you weren't a part of the Kiwanis Club of Kingston, but be that as it may, sir. Very great presentation. And I, on behalf of all of us who are on, both from the Kiwanis Club of Kingston and from the other clubs represented, we just want to tell you thanks. We can't pay you, but what you have said, you know, is more valuable than a few Jamaican dollars. But we have something special for you.
Well,
we have
thank
a
you.
certificate of appreciation that if you look on your screen, you will see it coming up in recognition of your contribution to the Kiwanis Club of Kingston on this particular day, 2nd of September. We just want to tell you thanks. We appreciate you, and we hope that you will come by whenever we're having any in-person meeting. Just drop by. We don't meet together again as we used to, but drop by so some of us can see the young man and shake your hand, sir.
Duly noted. I will definitely take you on with that.
All right, Doc. But you have been good, and I'm one of those. Once you started speaking, I've heard you before. Once you started speaking, I said, "Man, this man should have a school of technology somewhere, especially in these days." So keep up the good work, man, and we appreciate it. Thank you again for coming. And I'm speaking on behalf of everybody, not only the Kiwanis Club of Kingston. It was a good one. Thank you so much.
I'm glad that it went well. Thank you. Happy to be here.
Good.
Back to you, Prez.
Yes, thank you, DP Rupert, and so say all of us. Great presentation, loved it, and I hope that everybody found something that was very helpful in it. And as you can always chat for the links to the various videos that DP Jason shared with us. All right, so we're just going to wind up the meeting now with your usual items. Next, I see Sergeant at Arms. So we don't have a Sergeant at Arms for this month, but I'm going to level a blanket fine. First of all, in the spirit of the eve of the elections or national elections, I'm going to level a fine. All those Kiwanis Club of Kingston members who are going to be voting for the Green Party, you must pay $500 fine. And all of those who are voting for the Orange Party have to pay a fine of $500 also. So you don't have to tell me which one, but as you can appreciate, you all have to pay a fine of $500 for the privilege of being able to exercise your democratic right tomorrow. And I encourage everybody to go out and vote to make the country a better place, regardless of which party is going to be the new government or the existing government moving forward. So on that note, let's move to the notices and announcements. I'm going to hand over to Secretary DLG Willie. There are quite a lot of activities coming up, and I'm sure he can share with all of us some of those items.
Thank you, President Stephen. Regarding notice and announcement, third quarter DCM be held on September 13th at Oak Park Camp. Saturday, September 13th at 9:30 p.m. Cost is $1,500. The changing of the guard for Division 23 Central is being held at Oak Park Camp on September 25th. Cost is $5,500. And joint installation of Kiwanis clubs of Kingston, Nation Builders, and 23 Central Surrey Online is being held on October 11th at Hope United Church at 4 p.m. The cost is $3,000. Just to remind you of some upcoming interclubbing opportunities, the Kiwanis Club of New Kingston have invited us to their 36th anniversary meeting being held next week, Wednesday, September the 10th, at the Police Officers Club at 6:30 p.m. Cost $2,000. Kiwanis Club of Linstead have extended a special invitation as well to us. They'll be celebrating their 45th anniversary meeting on Wednesday, September the 17th at the Linstead Methodist Church Hall, 1 Church Street at 7:30 p.m. Cost $1,000. And then the new club on the block, Kiwanis Club of Global Alliance, will be having induction of new members on Saturday, September 20th at 10:30 a.m. More details will be circulated regarding that event. President Stephen, those are the announcements and interclubbing opportunities I have.
Okay. All right. Thank you, DLG Willie. We would also like to extend an invitation to any of our visiting Kiwanian clubs who have any announcements. At this time, you are welcome to open your microphone and your camera if possible and share with us your event that's coming up this week or in the near future. Any event that Kiwanians would like to share? Going once? Going twice?
Good evening.
Good evening, Aneta.
The Kiwanis Club of Greater Portmore will be having the 23rd anniversary celebration and prize giving on the 13th of September at the Municipal Council Building in Portmore. That is on the 20 route.
Okay.
At 5, I think it's 5 p.m. or 5:30. And the cost is $1,500.
Okay.
We are looking for members, visitors, everybody to come out and celebrate with the club.
And what I would encourage you to do is to also put the details in the chat so that people can get all the details if they missed any of it.
Okay.
Okay. And
yeah, thank you.
I think there is something happening on that date also that may be a challenge for Kingston Club, the 13th of September. What did I mention?
DCM that day, President. It's a DCM day, I believe.
Yes, it's a DCM day. Yes, that's correct. But your event is 5 o'clock. The DCM might finish, or the DCM starts. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. If possible, we'll try and fit it in. Yes, TP Stu.
No, say somebody is talking on the. I'm just trying to find the person. I'll try and close it.
All right. In the interim, is there any Kiwanian club who has an announcement? Going once. Don't be shy. Going twice. If not, I would like to. Is DP Marcel online? If not, I'm going to now formally call the meeting to a close and ask you, everyone, first of all, thank you for your participation and thank you for your attendance. Remember, we meet every Tuesday at 7 o'clock on this forum. And if you missed anything, you can always visit our YouTube channel to catch up on any of the presentations. Thank you again for your company and continue your service. Be safe tomorrow. Go out and exercise your democratic right, and all the best. So on behalf of the Kiwanis Club of Kingston, I would like to ask you to raise your virtual glasses and let us propose a toast to Jamaica, land we love, and Kiwanis International. Cheers.
And may I just throw in a little request? I'm going to ask those of you who visit our channel to please subscribe. You know,
like, share, and subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe.
Like,
to our
share,
channel.
and subscribe.
It helps the algorithm. All right. Thank you, everyone. Have a pleasant evening. You're welcome to hang around if you want to catch up with any old friends. If not, be safe, and we'll see you next week or sooner, God's willing. Cheers.
Yes.